Hi, I'm Kate Sekules. I'm the author of The Boxer's Heart. It's a memoir about when I started accidentally boxing and ended up fighting professionally. And this was a few years ago at the beginning of women's boxing when there really wasn't any. And I happened to start when it coincided with the beginning of this whole movement that is ending up with women's boxing in the Olympics for the first time in London. Well, I started boxing it was an aerobics class, and there was a little bit of boxing inserted in the aerobics class. I got so hooked that I went to every boxing class that gym then introduced, and soon I found that wasn't enough. I went to Gleason's gym, which is a famous boxing gym in Brooklyn. My first fight was crazy. I was so sick of waiting for the right fight to come along because they're kind of rare. It's hard to find a match. So I took this fight with a woman of enormous stature. She was 6'3", I'm 5'8". The fight was at the legendary Blue Horizon in Philadelphia. So I went from nothing into this den of iniquity, this crazy palace of boxing in the city of brotherly love, with this enormously much bigger woman in front of a crowd that was just wanted blood, really. But they loved the fight. I mean, it didn't matter that we were women, they didn't look down on us, it's just they want a good fight, they want to see good boxing. I know why I went into boxing and what appealed initially, but then why I got so into it became so much of a mystery that I needed to write a book to discover what that was. And I think a lot of it was about issues that I had being a woman. Boxing was really good for integrating all those parts that are not necessarily thought to be feminine that existed anyway, and I could actually just fight with the whole of me instead of just the masculine bits, or I didn't have to abandon what I thought were girly aspects of me. I mean, it all works. It's not a masculine sport. Every woman I've ever met who's ever tried boxing has loved it. And that makes me think, that chord that it hits in you, it's something deep down that boxing has a unique knack of getting at. And maybe it's some kind of damage, maybe it's your funny bits you can't deal with, or maybe it's just a natural, exuberant, physical expression, or maybe it's both. If I could go from this person who knew nothing about boxing and didn't even like watching it to someone who's passionately doing it and fighting in a ring with audiences and stuff, then I think that somehow proves to me that the experience is a bit more universal than we might believe. It's a book for women who don't even like boxing, because it's about the universal experience that women have.